Bye, Presley. Or Pete. he gets a... No, let it go!
Yellow.
Oh, Saunders back into the pack. Takes Sponsor. Donovan's in it. Sean English is in it. Oh my god, are you...
Caution! No way. Or he's gonna dive bomb him. Here he goes. He's gonna try a bomb. All the way to his bumper. Can he stop him? Can't do it. Dylan is gonna win it here in Iowa.
Bump and run! Oh, he's done this before!
Bump and run, the 61 to the inside. Can he make it work? He's got it.
The inside of the O2. He's sliding! Oh, Burrows is around. Oh, the wrecking right in front of him. That's Mokrin.
Jones, great run on the high side.
Drive off the corner and...
They're gonna be side by side. This is gonna be a photo finish. 3 wide out the wire. And that's the stripe. It's gonna be Ruggles! Oh my god, what a finish! Pace car is in. We're up and away. Green flag.
61, Dominic Howell.
Oh, he gets hooked! Oh my god! Hard as the wall! Huge track on the start finish line. Who comes out on top?
Dallas Myhan wins.
Dallas Myhan wins it! What? Make quick work of that number 9 of Eric Andrews. Andrews washes up the racetrack. Oh, let's go! Oh no! Oh! They're gonna be wrecking. That's the big one. Oh my god, Connor's involved. They're still wrecking.
Coming up to the line, being chased, and it was Braden Johnson. Unbelievable finish. It was 1/1000th of a second between them.
Green flag in the air. We are racing in the 2020 24 Hours of Daytona.
They go door to door for the feature race lead here on the last lap of the race. Side by side for the race lead in the final corner at Homestead.
Down the back straightaway, 3 wide again for the race lead. This is unbelievable stuff here tonight.
Loma is going to have to be very deep on the brakes, and he is very deep on the brakes. It's side by side through the corner. This is for the win.
It'll be side by side. Davies low, Ottinger high. To the very inside is Garrett low. 4 wide at the stripe. For all he's worth here on this outside line, neck and neck. Who's going to back out? Does anyone back out? Verstappen starts to squeeze on the inside, and now he'll try and straight line it. Goes under the apron, drag race to the line. It's so close to call.
My name is Ezekiel Reyes, and we welcome you here live for our night's final, not final round, but we're coming down close to it. There's only 2 more races left. This is one of them. Man, I'm excited for all sorts of things here for tonight. To get ourselves set up, but before we dive deep into the broadcast, I want to go ahead and thank our sponsors here for tonight. Next Level Racing, founded in 2009, Next Level Racing is the world's leading simulation brand, revolutionizing simulation with its industry product range. Check out all their products on nextlevelracing.com. All series sponsors are going to be posted on the chat below, so go ahead and check them all out. As well as check out CrockettCreek.com. Crockett Creek offers tasty turkey in several varieties that are uniquely flavored and deeply satisfying. Check out them on their website, www.crockettcreek.com, and also use code GIVEME20 to get a promo off with Crockett Creek. Butt Kicker, one and only tool used for sim racing. Leading the vibrations on the sim. Attach it anywhere on the rig and you're set to go. Butt Kicker. Feel what you've been missing. Use code NORSE20 to get 20% off all on Butt Kicker products. That is in all capitalization. NORS20. But yeah, as we get ourselves set up for the green flag, currently qualifying conditions underway, and yeah, as you see right here in front of your screen, we are debuting our new graphics package here for tonight. I'm excited to go ahead and show you on how everything will be here. Get ourselves set up. But before we dive deep into visual aspects, I want to go ahead and talk about the race itself. 115 laps going to be ran here for tonight. 115 miles in total. It's a 1 mile racetrack. Stages, no stages going to be ran for tonight. Pit road speed is a bit screwed up, actually. Again, of course, not 115 miles, but it's 55 miles per hour for the pit road speed. Fuel window should be 85 to 95 laps as well. So as we get ourselves up for the green flag, order is going to be shown on the left-hand side of this screen. But currently on top of the board right now is that number 61 of Kirk Marble. There he is right in front of your screen as he whips himself around the racetrack. Blows it down. That's Parker Tatro that we're watching right in front of your screen now. Zach Nichols gonna log himself in 4th, who did not have a nice run last week at Kentucky. We'll actually show you points on how everybody sits. Of course, 8 chasers, so only 8 chasers going to be displayed here right in front of your screen. Connor Crichton leads your point standings as of right now. The person who picked up the W was not a chaser. Morgan Barrett upset the field, as well as Jaden Kutachi. Skylar Carnes also up there in the mix, but yeah, Connor Crichton in that number, I think he usually runs the, not Crichton, Crichton. Excuse me, I screwed up. Sorry, Crichton, but Connor Crichton in that number 15 machine here for tonight. He's currently qualified in 7th place. One of the names we're going to be talking about, progress with tonight's race, is Zach Nichols, as well as John Furness. Those two have totals of, I think, if you combine both of their wins, overall of the season, they'll definitely go over 10 at least. They've won at least half of the races together. Super dominant, but right now they're sitting outside of that top 4. Evan Rice, Kevin Foster, Vince Marsh, Connor Crichton. All those people are within that top 5, top 4 bubble coming into Homestead. So Zach and John, especially John, because he's way far back after a big DNF at Kentucky. Things just did not go his way. So John, he needs a perfect night to slot into that 4th spot. Zach, all he needs to pass is Evan by 1, Foster by 2, Vince by 3. And he'll get himself within that window, so we're probably going to be looking at that number 44, the number 8, the number 83, and the number 14. That's Vince Marsh in the 14, by the way. But as we get ourselves set up for the green flag this time by, again, I want to thank you all, everybody here for tonight, to join us here for the NFRL Berserker Series, round number 22, ISM at ISM for the Phoenix 115. Again, set to go green, just about 15 minutes, not 15 minutes, excuse me, 15 seconds remaining in qualifying. Currently, the person who sits up top is that number 57, Kyle Smalley. He is right in front of your screen. Smalley, one of the people within that, who is in the chase as of right now. So again, he needs a night. He needs a great night. And right now, he's going to be starting on pole. So congratulations, that number 57, Kyle Smalley. He's going to be starting up top. And right alongside of him, the number 46, Ryan Libby, who's going to be starting in second place. Libby, of course, I think he's been in victory lane, but it's been a while since he's been in it. Probably looking for a second. John Furness in that number 82, he's going to be starting in third. The 61, Kirk Marble, is going to be starting alongside in fourth. Furness, one of the chasers here coming in for tonight. Parker Tatro in that number 98. Zach Nichols in that number 44. Again, Zach in that 44 needs a great run after this this race to slot himself into that Final Four coming to Homestead next week. Jaden Kurtachi, he had a nice run last week at Kentucky. He finished up in the top 3. He's looking for another great one. Vince Marsh in that number 14, one of the people. He's sitting second in points for tonight. Connor Crichton, your points leader after Kentucky. The 83 of Kevin Foster as well up there in the mix. Derek Winter, Pete Gilson, find out row number 6. Alan Dobbs, Evan Rice, Tyler Logan, and Dylan L. Parker as well on the grid. Matt Kemp and John Houston. They too are also in here. Matthew Fortun is also in the race, your league owner. Carl Hanwork in that number 4 machine. Presley Gilson, Jacob Manning. Manning is actually, I think he's making his first start here tonight. I don't know if he's made previous starts, but it's one of the names we rarely see on the racetrack. Glad to see him here tonight. Mark Stryker, obviously eliminated from the chase a couple weeks ago. James Mead, at number 24, who's starting. And ourselves set up yet again. Race analytics going to be shown on the right hand side of the panel. Apologies about pit road speed, that's incorrect. 55 miles per hour is pit road speed. Under 15 laps, 115 miles. Getting set to go short track racing. Of course, it's week 13. Wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people is tuning in here for tonight. Should be a fun one as we get ourselves set from start to finish. And there's your points leader. Actually, he's not your points leader. Kyle Smalley. He's sitting 6th in points right now. He's looking for a good night. He needs to seal the deal right now to put himself in position for that Final Four. The base car going to slide itself on a pit road this time by. And here we go. Off of turn number 4 to the start-finish line. The 57 of Kyle Smalley will lead them to the green flag. Let's go racing here at Phoenix.
Green flag.
Track goes the 57 of Smalley. He's going to open up the door very momentarily for that number 82, John Furness. Can't see down to the inside. Leading lap number 1 is Kyle Smalley. Some scramble in the background for 5th place. 61. Zach Nichols is trying to pull himself. He's in that top 5 position. Again, that number 44 sitting outside of that top 4 coming in tonight. Strong to slot himself. Currently running 5th. Track, that number
do. That knows. Meanwhile up front, off the rear, taking themselves away from the rest of the field. This fast college out from Ryan Libby. The odd one out who's not a chaser as they're side by side. Close racing right behind. Looks like the 11 of Jaden Katachi. 61 of Kirk Marvel going hand to hand as they enter turn number 1. Actually, not on the high side, but Kirk Marvel is tucked up. Just up to the stuff a bit. Oh, he tagged the wall out of 98 with Petro. Eric Winter. The cars were eliminated last round. Ninth place. Right hit the wall. Points leader tagged the wall off of turn number 4. He's mowed down just for the off to the back side of that number 9 to gain an extra point. Points. Smalley. It's a solid night. He needs not only have a solid night, but he needs other chasers to have some type of issue as well. You can't just pick up the win without chasers having some bad luck. As here comes the 82, John Ferner. He's going to pick himself to the inside, attempt to grasp the lead. Real hard right up off the corner. Side, down the wall. 82 shortcuts it all the way to the side wall. 46 to Ryan Libby, who's the one peaking in the process. Puts himself into attempts to scoop himself under 57. The tires on the apron. Run that car further down the racetrack. He's going to swipe into second place. Brian Libby. All's well for that leader, that number 82, John Furness up front. He's pulled himself a 0.4 second lead over that second place of Brian Libby, but now there's a big gag of cars back here from 5th on back. I want to say a big gag. There's only one car right behind, but Vince Marsh is slowly closing the gap on these two. Jaden Kurtachi in that number 11 machine, as well as the 61 of Kirk Marvel. Kirk got eliminated previous round.
season. Finish out solidly. Finds the wall just to slide off the corner. Lose a bit of momentum. Trying to regain it back by shoving the car into the corner. Not going to go anywhere. Still L. Parker puts himself back into the racetrack. Currently 12 laps. Actually 13 laps down. To be just a top 4 pull away. The big gap between that number 44 of Zach Nichols and the number 11 of JD Kadachi. First time we've run this track under this build, so it should be interesting to see on how these drivers adapt as we go rest with the night, as this will be a day to night transition. The sun's already starting to set. Battle here for second place, the 57, Smalley. He wants to work himself forward, trying that inside line of the racetrack, and Libby, he's gonna back out of it. Let Smalley by. Now closing the door. Back down to that number 44, Zach Nichols. Slowly scooting himself around. Look at that, you heard the noise. Smalley is downshifting just a slight. Getting on board of them. Woes it down. Shifts down to third, as well as 1 and 2. Not only is he shifting in 1 and 2, but he's also shifting in 3 and 4, I suppose. Beats himself into the corner, and up right there you hear the big clunk as he gets those revs high. Buddy fairly fanned out. I see a bit of smoke there, but that might be a bit of blinking. But lots of people following each other in line right behind, I'd say the 15 Connor Crichton. Crichton. Trying to hold off Alan Dobbs in that number 22. To go down to the dog leg down the back straightaway into turns 3. Not doing a nice job, but of course with the 44 having huge issues at Kentucky. A bit of a pillow. between how many spots he could lose to that number 44, Zach Nichols. Battle here for position, the number 11 of Shinji Kakashi. Trying to hold off that number 14. Battle for P6. Themselves in turns 1 and 2. 14 of Marsh seems to be closing that gap ever so slightly. Marsh doesn't even want to shift the car into that third gear to get a nice run off the corner. Looks like Marsh too loose to maybe shift, or doesn't know shifting any bit of time. Top 5 are spread out pretty evenly, I'd suppose. That's how the top 5 currently run as of right now. John Furness up front. Kyle Smalley in second place. Be the 44. Zach Nichols in third. Ryan Libby in fourth. Kirk Marble in fifth. Jam up of cars back here behind this 8th place car, Derek Winter. Winter running in 8th place as of right now. Start all the way in 11th. Been 30 laps since he went on a pit road. Expect these drivers to hit pit road fairly late. This is a short track. Maybe around lap 75 they'll come on in and slap on 4 tires, but this will be a one-stop race, so maybe these drivers want to take the gamble and split the run in half. Come in around on lap 60. Lap 65 or lap 67, maybe around there. We're halfway to it though. It's a matter of time as you see Connor Crichton. And he's losing more spots. Brian started all the way to 9th. Has dropped back to 11th. Winter is getting a bit of pressure from the number 22, Alan Dobbs now. Scoots himself through off of turn number 4. Dobbs has been looking around. That's the drop of the green. Derek washed up the track. This is going to be the 22's chance to go ahead and sneak up to the backside of that number 9. 9 just credit card swiped his bumper as they entered on into turn number 3. Dobbs is looking high. Gonna get a run. Both of them are using the apron. Now Dobbs is gonna get the nose under that number 9. Side by side into the corner. Dobbs will scoot himself into 8th.
Matt Kemp in the 48. Been a while since he's been on the racetrack. Glad to see him work himself around as they're scooting 3 wide all the way to the low side. That's the number 5 of Tyler Logan trying to make it 3. He's trying to get 2 for 1. They make contact. The Rockets are 22. Dobbs into the inside wall. He takes Derek Winter with him, and the caution does come out. Oof. That turned ugly. Got a replay of what happened right in front of your screen as they were working right up the turn before. Dobbs overshot the corner. 5 and Tyler Logan was trying to peek to the inside. Gotta make contact. One car gets tight, one car gets loose. They just collide right up off the corner. Dobbs nearly backed into that number 9 to add insult to injury. Get another replay of it. Right there, you see the contact. Not a whole lot of contact between them. Unfortunately, it kicked out 22 and he went around. Berserker slides back. Slides past the entry. Pit road's open this time by. We got a ton of takers coming on in. It's a question now of who's going to come out first. Of course, 4 tires. Slap it. Full tank of fuel. Person off of pit road first will be, wow, John Furness. Top of the board. And he drags along his teammate, that number 44, Zach Nichols, into 2nd place. Some more drivers just currently laying on pit road, trying to get as much damage repaired as they can. Of course, a lot of optional under. On the machines. Work around lap number 38 out of 115. If you're now just joining us here for tonight, we welcome here live for the NFRL Berserker Series ISM round number 22, Phoenix 115. Here on the simulated Avondale in Arizona, middle of the USA. Only me in the booth. Yeah. Guess I could say yeah. Only me up here as of right now. I might bring in Benjamin before the next broadcast, but I'll have to see. Cells down onto the start-finish line. At the 1 to go mark now. More drivers re-scooting themselves back on the pit road. Well, one of them, notably, that number 4 of Carl Hanwork. Hanwork, one of the people looking for a top 4 spot. After 9, he's actually going to top himself off full of fuel. So if this thing goes green, he'll have an extra. He'll have an extra lap of leverage, maybe even 2. Maybe stretch it all the way to the end. Still a long ways to go as of right now. 77 laps to go. One caution as of right now. It just happened earlier after Dobbs got into Derek Winter. One lead change as of right now, but of course doubling up for the restart. We're about to have more. Berserker sliding itself down on the pit road.
Green, green, green.
We're green. start the 55, scoots himself all the way next to the inside wall, clears the 48 of Ryan Libby. Matters the top three are all single file, and looking to the low side, that's the 61 of Kirk Marble. Gilson, that was Pete Gilson on pit road. Smalley slides up the track and it opens up the door for Libby. Side by side down through the dog leg. Groove just widens out. I don't even know if there's a groove down in the back straightaway. Everybody just goes wherever the hell they can. Speaking of hell, there's a new track that got released called Hell. Should try that out. That's Rallycross. We're here in oval racing. As you see, the 46 just clipped the apron. Everybody scoots to the high side to work himself around. 61 of Kirk Marble trying to drag in the 48. Matt Kemp in the process. That one disruption in turn 2 just lost the 46 a lot of ground, and he's getting past. He might fall out of the top 5 actually. Gets a nice run off the corner. Cuts down right in front of, I think that's J.D. Kurtachi, not number 11. Kurtachi's still trying to shove the nose under that number 48, Matt Kemp. As of right now. Working on lap number 44 out of 115. Pete Gilson yet again hits pit road. Now since everybody has gotten into a rhythm, got 4 cars bunched up. Sort of like a train as of right now. Gets disrupted as the 48 gets out of line. Here comes Kurtachi to the low side. Kurtachi gets a bit loose and 48 of Kent shoots forward, but right now I'd say it's a long train from 1st to 9th, all the way back to Tyler Logan in that number 5. At 82, John Furness is scooting himself, or attempting to scoot himself away from that number 44, Zach Nichols. Duke it out. Both of them sit outside the top 4 coming in tonight. Currently where they run. I think where the 44, if he finishes right there, will get himself into the top 5 spot easily, but the 82, on the other hand, it's after a bad run, after a big DNF at Kentucky, he's gonna have Vince, Kevin, or maybe Evan have a problem. Scoot himself into that top 4 window. That. Do broadcast with this panel. Of course, work in progress. Work off with what I have right now, but in the meantime, on track. Bit of pressure coming in from behind. 48 of Matt Kemp. I don't think he's been to victory lane here in the NFRL series. Looking for his first here tonight. He has 2 more chances to do it. One of them is right now. Being attacked by that number 11 of Kurtachi, who's using apron to turn his car. Very interesting tactic by that number 11 to put those left tires onto the apron. See there, he got a nice run. He's worked himself through. Can't use his be banking. Oh, might have slapped the wall. We're getting on board of the 11. You see right there, he puts those left side tires on that apron. It allows the car to get loose and turn more right up off the corner. The only downside is you get loose right off. But if you hit it right, you get a nice launch right off of 4. With that driving style, he's worked himself into 6th place. Now Smalley is now putting the pressure on that number 44, Zach Nichols. Work right up off the corner, and Nichols washes up the track and tags the outside wall. Smalley closes the gap on entry into 1. Smalley to the low side, he's gonna shove. No, looks like Zach's gonna clear him off. Big dive bomb like move into 3. Smalley had to back out of it. Furnace led a lot of laps tonight. I don't know how many he's led actually. Right up off the corner, it's 3-car train, the 44 of Zach Nichols, the 57 of Kyle Smalley, 46 of Ryan Libby. Putting themselves right up against the blue wall to get as much track as they can. The person who's actually lost a lot of time, the people in front, is that number 61 of Kirk Marble. Under fire by that number 11 of Jada Kutachi. Looking at the process of this. Kutachi is going to peek to the inside, attempt to take the spot. They're just going to follow that 61 in line and pressure him into a mistake. Might have made one right there. He's just shoved himself into the corner. Looks like not. Talk about our rookies here tonight. Jacob Manning. Started all the way in 22nd. Has worked himself into that top 5 area. Right around where that number 15 of Connor Crichton is. Crichton, again, coming into tonight's race as the points leader. Not having a great night as of right now, sitting outside of that top 10. Needs to work himself forward and get as many positions as he can. If the late race caution does come out, I wouldn't be surprised if he does stay himself out of the racetrack. But I wouldn't be surprised either if some other chasers stay themselves off the racetrack as well. Get themselves into Homestead. So watch for that. Watch for that to happen if that were to be the case. Gotta mention our weather. Variable. Things sort of being weather. Speaking of weather, I want to go ahead and acknowledge all the people who were involved in the Nashville tornado. Prayers for all of them. Hopefully everybody recovers there. I know a lot of people perished in that storm, so prayers to all of them, and hopefully everybody recovers. Now, race analytics say every 85 to 95 laps most likely, but might be a bit smaller. I might have overestimated. Because Dover, it took about 85, 95 laps for them to come on a pit road. Fairly short race, honestly. Expect them to go around 150 laps like they did at Dover, but 115 here tonight. Of course, not a lot of cautions. Only had one. That happened around lap number 40-ish. Some battling going on right behind the number 98, putting the pressure. That's number 4 of handwork. Well, I mean vice versa. Handwork goes to the inside of Tatro. Attempting to grab 2 into 1. The car on the high side. That's the 09 of Jacob Manning. We were just talking about him earlier, one of the rookies in tonight's field, making his one of his few starts here tonight. He tags the ball right up off the corner. Oh my goodness, what a save! But gonna lose a lot of momentum, a lot of time to that number 4. Still trying to get himself mowed down to a good pace. Now the 15 to Crichton gonna have a chance to go ahead and take position. That was a big hit to the outside wall by that number 09. You see them still battling right here as. Oh, looks like Tatro is 1 lap down. I was wondering why we wasn't displaying on the leaderboard toward that top 10, but apparently that number 98 is 1 lap down. And Orton now sneaks the nose to the inside, probably gonna work himself around that 98 fairly quickly. Man, this is crazy to see them run double wide, fairly even, right up off the corner, but in 3 and 4, it seems like that is the corner. That is semi-multi-groove, I guess you could say. You could run middle, you could run all the way to the low side, maybe even under the apron as the battle for the lead is heating up. This is the 82 of John Furness, the 44 of Zach Nichols. Of course, combine both of their wins and we total to plus 10. Both of them sit outside the top 4 coming into tonight. They need a solid finish to round themselves out as 44 sails it deep ball to the corner. Just about nearly got into that number 82. Looking close up front right now. Of course, the 44 has to race his teammate very hard. Battle is determined. Heat up even more as Nichols flings into the corner a bit hard, washes up the racetrack, but gets a nice run off. Seems as though if you shove it into 3 enough, you could get a run on the front straightaway. Making the car wash up. Here they go. They're gonna go or attempt to go side by side into turn number 3. Zach sticks the nose down to the inside. 82 attempts to pinch. It's gonna be the 57 of Smalley who's gonna be watching this right up off the corner. 82 holds his ground. Great job by Furness to hold his ground here on the high side, keeping it, the car's momentum up, shoot ahead of that 44 on the straightaway. But as I said, this is not a long race. Not a lot of miles going to be ran here for tonight. Only 115. As you see right there, the 44 locked up to his brakes, getting to the backside of that 82. Picking down low. And both of these people are teammates. The 57 is small, he's watching in the mix. Trying to gain as much ground as he can.
Yellow flag
Right off the corner, and there is the late race yellow that we were talking about. There's still a lot of laps left. I would expect everybody to come on a pit road. Maybe if it was later, around lap 100. We would see a bit of strategy, but we'll see what happens to that number 11 of JD Kurtachi as I think the 48 and Matt Kemp. Ooh. Giving the boot, and around he goes. Luckily, Kurtachi, a quick 360, and up and away he goes. His car's not hurt, but his feelings might be. And another replay of it. This was for 6th. Whoop. That slight bit of contact, and around went that number 11. Everybody scoots themselves onto pit road, so here we go. This might be the money stop. Their leaders get themselves onto pit road fairly quickly as Libby overshoots his stall, just a slight. Gonna get the best pit stop. Whose pit stop is gonna go south as off the corner first to the wire. I do not know who got it, but it was close between the top two. It might have been the 44 of Zach Nichols, who might have grabbed the... Oh, well, actually, did somebody get speeding off of that? Zach Nichols is currently your leader as of right now. The person who was up there, John Furness, he has scooted himself all the way to 14th place, and I was talking about it. Mistakes on pit road may cost you, and John Furness looks like he just got speeding. Wow, that's crazy. And now with John Furness speeding, that'll put the 44 up front. And that will mean John Furness's chance of getting himself into the final 4 might have been demolished if this thing goes green all the way from this point forward. We'll have to see, though. Again, here's how points stands. Brighton comes in tonight as your points leader. Vince Marsh in 2nd, Kevin Foster 3rd, Evan Rice in 4th, Zach Nichols in 5th. John only logged in 27 points last at Kentucky, and your leader, that number 15 of Connor Crichton, he logged in 38. That speeding penalty, as said, it might have ruined the chances for that number 82. He has to work himself and plow through the field to make something happen to get himself into that top 4. Pace car is going to slide itself down on the pit road this time by. 40 laps remaining. It's just about a C-fix race from this point forward. Zach hits the throttle early. We're up and away. They're working to 1. Oh, close racing right behind. They duke it out for 4th. All the way to the bottom. That's the 46 of Ryan Libby. Again, he's not a chaser, but the 14 of Vince Marsh is. Might have had a bit of contact right there around where the number 15 of Connor Crichton was. 14 Marsh attempting to pull a crossover on Libby, can't get the run off the corner. Another person up into the mix that's looking himself into the top 4 in the chase. That's the number 4. Oh, contact right there as Kent ran into the back side of the 11. Not the first time he's done that tonight. That was a 4. Carl Hanward lost a lot of time in the center of 1 and 2. But again, he's trying to work himself into the top 4. He's going to have a miracle happen because Hanward, he DNF'd and he finished last out of the top 8. They work into 3. Smalley. He too has to make something. If Smalley passes Zach, they're going to be tied with points. So it probably might go by wins. If Smalley does win tonight, that'll be his 2nd. But if Zach wins tonight, that'll be his 7th. So I think Zach might make the tiebreaker. He might be the tiebreaker, or it might go by position. I'm not sure, but I have to get some word from the owner on how tiebreakers will work, or if it's wins, top 5, top 10, or starts, or such like that. They'll work themselves down the back straightaway. If Smalley passes that number 44, Zach Nichols, they will be tied in points. Sitting a good margin ahead of Vince Marsh. Actually, Marsh is right now in 5th. He's running fine. The person I'm really worried about is Kevin Foster, who's all the way tucked up in 13th, about to lose 14th right now. Actually, no, he's still in 13th, but we're talking about the 82 of John Furness. He needs to shove himself and plow through the field and get himself up there in that top 5 ace tap, make something happen. Right now, all the way in 11th. Can't do much. Top 2 looks so close. Last time, Zach hit a 28.3. But Smalley was faster. Washes up the racetrack that time. I'd have lost some ground right there because of it. Ryan Libby in the 46, the odd man out of this top 2 battle. Still within grasp, or less than a second behind this leader. If this top 2 have a problem, these top 2 have a problem, Libby could go ahead and replace easily around. And speaking of replacing, at a spot change here for 5th place, as I think it was Hanward drove himself under that number 14 of Vince Marsh, and Marsh runs 2nd. He came in 2nd here tonight in points. That's just 1 spot lost. 1 point lost to Evan Rice and everybody behind. Rice has not had a good day though. He is currently running 12th. Smalley now closing the gap yet again. Is it going to be enough though? Oh, Smalley, I wouldn't say he's overshooting the corner, but he's using up a lot of racetrack right now to get himself by that leader, that number 44. It's going to take a while for him to pass. He might put the bumper to him maybe, because he is close. whole lane up of where the 44 is running. That's been exciting. Multi-groove scene. Speaking of side-by-side racing, right behind, they go side-by-side, is the 4 of Handwork. He's trying to shove it to the low side of that number 61 of Kirk Marble. Again, Handwork has to have a nice run and has to have chasers in front of him to have some sort of issue. Currently runs in 4th, but it's not enough, I don't think, to put himself within that top 4 bubble. We're trying to get back at that number 60, at that number 4, not the number 61, that's himself. Kyle is using up way too much tire, running that line into 3 and 4. He's washing up the racetrack a lot. It might play to him, to his favor, on short run speed, but on long run speed, it's a different story. That time, he follows in the tire tracks of that number 44 of Zach Nichols. Everybody's fairly fanned out. Trying to get into a rhythm right now. No battles going on throughout the racetrack. The closer one is up front, and it's the 57 of Smalley who's trying to work himself around that 44 of Zach Nichols. One spot could be the difference of you making it into the Final 4 and you being eliminated out of the Final 4. Every spot matters because there's no bonus points handed out. And all 8 chaser did make it here for tonight, so. 3 and 4. No, that gap seems to be closing a bit more. Again, the 44 is prone to being sluggish on long runs. Right now he's holding up though. Last time Smalley hit a 28.5. Both of them actually hit 28.5s.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Yellow! Wow, that's going to change a lot of things as we have a wreck in 3 and 4. We're going to see what happened as, well, everybody's rolling around right now. Nobody stopped on the racetrack, so it might have been just a slight spin. No, it wasn't a slight spin. It was a big wreck as the number 11, yet again, same situation, but that time, ooh, Brighton got into the backside and, insult to injury right there. The 11 was in his way as he was trying to get back going. And Crichton, and on board, worked himself into the corner. Got tight, and the 11 was trying to come down, make the corner. There's the damage I was talking about right after the 11 hit the wall. And that's a chaser. Connor Crichton coming into tonight as your points leader. He's going to have a lot of damage on that machine. Do you want to take optional and go all the way back to 16th place? I think you have no choice because with 20 laps remaining, still a lot of racing to go as everybody scoots himself on the pit road. One car stays himself out. Actually, a couple of cars. Those are lap down machines. It's Derek Winter and Pete Gilson, but on the pit road they go. Zach scoots himself on in. Furnace, see him scoot himself on in. One car veers right out. That's Vince Marsh in the number 14. Might have missed his stall. Kirk Marble going to take on 2 tires. Wow. So a non-chaser going to take a 2-tire call as Alan Dobbs, he too is going to take on 2 tires. So we have all sorts of strategy going on to pit road. And it seems as though the 2-tire drivers, as Marsh did miss his pit road entry. Marsh scoots himself back onto pit road. So that'll mean Kirk Marble and Alan Dobbs, the people who took 2 tires, will be starting 1 and 2. That'll mean the 44 of Zach Nichols will not have clean air here for the restart. And with a couple cars in front, well, with these 2 people in front, everybody loses a couple points. So not a lot of changes right now, unless this restart goes hectic. Thank you, whoever subscribed. Lose. Thank you for subscribing, man. Appreciate it. Double wide as we get ourselves set up for what may be the final restart of the night. Been fairly clean as of right now, but maybe not for long, as you know. Cautions may breed cautions. Only 3 cautions here for tonight. Pace car scoots himself down on the pit road. The people who took 2 tires are starting 1 and 2. The 61 of Kirk Marble and the 22 of Alan Dobbs. Green flag, we're up and away. They're side by side for 2nd place as the 61. Oh, look at all these cars scrambling into 1. Smalley shoves himself down low. Look at the middle. That's the number 48, and Kent's starting to squeeze himself through. The 44 of Zach Nichols does clear himself. 2nd place as they work themselves into 3. I'm surprised there's not a lot of contact being made, but Kemp washes up the racetrack. They're looking 3 wide around there, around the top 5. Right up off the corner. Oh, looks like the 4 of Handler got real loose. He's still trying to correct the car as he works into 1. Might run into the 5 of Logan. Nope, he keeps it to the bottom side of the racetrack. A bit of contact being made there towards the back half of the field, but up front, Kirk Marble is still up in the lead. He's not going to hold it on for long, though. Again, 2 tires on that machine. And with the 44 having to battle that number 61, it's going to open up that door for that number 57, to Kyle Smalley, to make something happen. If these 2 go side by side, Smalley is going to be looking in the mix to make it a 3-car battle. There he is. He sits in 3rd place. Here they go. They go side by side into 3. Furness attempts the low side. Looks like the 61 got tight. Side by side for the lead entering 1. Oh, Kirk got dead sideways on entry. Not all the 44 needed. He scoots up himself to the he scoots himself up front and on the throne. Now Smalley's gonna take advantage of that open hole. He shoves himself to the low side. Slide job in 3. Contact made. But it's enough to put that 60, I mean not that 61, but the 57 to Smalley in a 2nd place. This time by, it's 12 laps to go. Smalley has a bit of left rear damage now. Not gonna affect him as much. I think that's cosmetic. Work themselves into 3 and 4. Now, everybody in the top, I'd say the top 4 all have, everybody in the top 4 slapped on 4 tires last time, so it's a race from this point forward. And it's a 0.3 second gap. Smalley all the way to Zach Nichols. If Nichols finishes where he is, he's going to be one of the people coming in to Homestead as the Final 4. But he has 10 laps to finish in front of that 57. If Smalley passes that 44, there's going to be a tiebreaker between those two. But they sit 5th and 6th on the points as of right now. Connor Crichton, he runs 15th. The man who came in as the points leader is not having a good night right now. Ryan Libby in the 46, not a chaser, but that 82 is, and he worked himself from the back half of the field. Now scoots himself into the top 5. He too might be a factor into this points night. Smalley to the low side. He shoves himself to the apron to get under that 44. To get a nice run off the corner. We'll see. Looks like no. Zach cleared that 57 on entry. Looks like he shoved himself low to get a defensive line into 1. Smalley looks down low though. And he is there. Both of them all against the inside wall. Smalley has to sail into the corner, make something happen. Oh, close racing as Zach's attempting to pinch down that 57 as much as he can. These two are bound to make contact. And if they do make contact, it's going to be ugly. Smalley looking in, looking out. Maybe wanting to put the bumper in that 44 is viable. This is a short track. Right above the corner, the 44 put those left side tires on the apron. Might have lost a bit of time doing it though. 57 to Smalley's all over that 44. Oh, that time he put the left side tires on the apron. And he lost a lot of ground doing it. Side by side for 3rd place now as the 46 and Libby is trying to hold off that 82, John Furness. Now with that slip up in 1 and 2, Smalley is not going anywhere right now. 5 laps to go. He has 5 laps to make up the gap. As Furness scoots himself into 3rd. Libby to the back side of that 82. Maybe he might have given it a shot. Smalley right now is driving for his life. His chase hopes could end right here. Connor Crichton as well, he too is driving for his life. Even though he came in as the points leader. At number 15 is in deep trouble right now, running all the way back there in 15th. Contact between those two drivers at the 14 of Vince Marsh. I think that's the 8 of Evan Rice. The 83 of Kevin Foster's up in that mix as well. And those are all chase drivers. All those people are fighting for position. All 3 of those drivers came in tonight 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in points. And this is crazy how things have flipped over. The people who came in 1, 2, 3, and 4 in points are all having bad nights, and the people who are in the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Actually, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. Are all having great nights. One of them, your top 2. As they're working themselves into 3 and 4. White flag for that number 44. He has built up a 2/10 lead over that 57 to Smalley. Smalley's gonna have to sail it in the corner and make something happen, but as I said, he's too far, too back. One last shot in the 3. Tried. He's gonna come home short. Checkered flag for the 44. Zach Nichols, another winner here tonight at ISM. And it might be I'd say a Final Four berth. After tonight, but we're not sure yet. We're gonna have to wait for all the points to calculate. But Zach Nichols is once again an NFRL Berserker Series winner here tonight. Butchered that one just a slight. Apologies about that, but man, when he needed to perform, it was clutch time for him. And he burns it down here in the front straightaway. Smalley comes home second. Unfortunate for him. I don't think we'll have to wait for all points to calculate and such. Oh boy. Gonna be interesting in how everybody will stand out after tonight. Kyle's doing burnouts. Results are gonna be shown in front of your screen. Zach Nichols, yet again, a winner after tonight. Smalley comes home in second place. Burners comes home in third. Ryan Libby in fourth. Carl Hanwork in fifth. Matt Kemp in 6th, Tyler Logan in 7th, Kirk Marble in 8th, Vince Marsh in 9th, and Evan Rice in 10th. Again, waiting for a word if, let's see. Smalley did put himself into the chase with that second place finish. Because Vince, Kevin, Evan, and Connor did not have great nights. There's the rest of them. Foster finishes 11th. Crichton, excuse me, he finishes all the way back in 14th. Orders may show on your screen. We'll be right back right after this. Stay tuned, there's more to come as we're going to interview everybody inside the top 3. It's Zach Nichols, Kyle Smalley, and John Furness. We'll be right back right after this. And we are back here live, and points are in, and oh my goodness, we have a tiebreaker, not only for first or second, there's a four-way tie for fourth place with John Furness, Connor Crichton, Evan Rice, and Kevin Foster. What the heck? So we're going to try to attempt to sort out that, but in the meantime, we're going to interview our winner who did get into the, who was secure into the Final Four as is, and we're going to go ahead and slide him into the booth. 44, you got a copy?
Yes.
Zach, man, when it came down to crunch time, of course, you had a bad night at Kentucky, but here tonight, it was the total contrast to that, and you pick up the win, and not only that, you're coming into next week as a Final Four. How about that, man?
Yeah, that feels pretty good. We had those 2 bad weekends the last 2 weeks at Dover and Kentucky. We just couldn't get our crap together, I guess. But yeah, it feels good to go in the Homestead knowing that we're one of the Final Four that can race for that big prize.
Yeah, definitely, man. Coming into Homestead as a Final Four contender, what can you reflect off of tonight, your past weeks, and apply it coming onto Homestead?
I mean, honestly, I think for Homestead, we're hoping for a loose car. Nothing like today, because I think this was probably the worst handling car out of the whole season. Not trying to throw any shame around out there, but yeah, I really hope the car's loose at Homestead so we can have a good shot at the championship.
Yeah, definitely. With the update obviously coming in, tires being changed and such like that, did you feel any difference there on the racetrack there tonight?
Not really. I honestly, like the last time I think you talk about the tires, I didn't even know they actually changed anything to do with the tires this update. I was only looking at the K&N car and the damaged model. But yeah, I mean, I think the car was kind of too tight to even really notice anything, because just the right front would get burned off in the first 10 laps.
Luckily for you, you adapted to the conditions there on the racetrack, and not only that, you picked up the win. You're coming home as you're coming to Homestead as a Final Four contender, as I said. Congratulations, man. Before I let you go, obviously, any last-second comments, any sponsor want to thank here for tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my real-life sponsors, Pro Fleet Transport and Paul's Cars Performance Heads. I'd like to thank you for broadcasting. It's always fun to go back and watch them. I'd like to thank the league admins for putting this league on, and hopefully we can go get them at Homestead next week.
All right, man. 10 for Zach Nichols is going to round himself out up front. We give you a lot of good luck there coming onto the 1.5 miler at Florida.
Yeah, thank you.
Zach, at number 44, we're going to slide in the number 57 of Kyle Smalley into the booth, and let me take a look at points. And Smalley, congratulations, man. You're coming home to you're going into Homestead as a Final Four contender.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting. But first of all, I want to apologize on air to Carl for last week. My computer took a crap and the screen froze, and car had its own mind and hit him and took him out. So I really want to apologize to him about that. I felt really bad. Pretty much, I still feel really bad about it. But it was a good finish tonight. It was fun racing with Zach and John. I mean, those guys are crazy good, and it's a lot of fun to race with them. And I finally figured out the B car, I think, so I could actually keep up with them. So I'm excited to work at Homestead. I was good there in the A car or the Cup car, but I haven't really done there in the B car, so I got to practice a lot to try and keep up with them.
Yeah, definitely. You're catching up to that number 44 of Zach Nichols. What can you take off of here and apply it coming onto Homestead next week?
I just know that I can race really close with them. I mean, Zach was pinching me, and we were able to still come off the corner clean. So I think it's going to be a really fun battle at Homestead.
All right, man. 10-4. You're definitely catching that number 44 toward the end of the run, but you started slipping there just a slight. What happened there?
Yeah, every time I would slip back, I don't know, it's like I'd get too close to him, and then I wouldn't be able to see where my left front was, and I'd clip the apron just a tiny bit. And I didn't want to gas it up off the apron and spin out.
Was it like one step forward, 2 steps back type of deal?
Right. Exactly.
Well, you came home short here for tonight, but luckily for you, it was enough to log yourself into the Final Four. Coming to Homestead next week. Again, congratulations on your second place finish and your Final Four spot. But before we let you go, what can you reflect off of these past weeks, and hopefully it'll go well for you coming at Homestead.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. This season has been crazy. It's had a lot of ups and downs, and I won Daytona, which is really cool. I've won a few polls now, and working with Connor and Alan in Discord has been a lot of fun. Keeps it entertaining. And I want to thank John and Matthew for putting this on. This is like one of the most fun leagues I've ever done, and I think you're one of the best broadcasters I've ever watched, so it's fun watching you do that. So I really appreciate everything.
All right, man, 10-4. Kyle Smalley going to round himself out in second place, enough to put himself into the Final Four coming next week. Man, well, we give you a lot of good luck coming to Homestead.
I appreciate it. You have a good night.
You too. That's Kyle Smalley in the number 57. We'll go ahead and drag in the number 82 of John Furness into the booth. John, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
You started yourself in third and finished out third, and it's enough to put yourself, I think, into the Final Four, but I'm not sure. You're having a bit of, discussion there in the chat. But before we get in depth with that, talk to me about your race overall. I saw you got a speeding penalty there during that, during one of the pit stop cycles.
Yeah, I did. It was gonna be pretty close with Zach coming out of the pits there. And track position is really important, and I blew it, gave it away, had to go tail end, and then we came back up to the field. And made it interesting. I really didn't think I was gonna make it though, but getting word from the NASCAR hauler that we're gonna be moving on to Homestead, so really proud of that. Man, I almost blew it. I mean, I probably should have won tonight, but I mean, I've done that, 4 or 5 times this year, so I guess I used up all my luck tonight. Hopefully I won't need any next week, and we can go out and just run good and seal the deal.
Yeah, I was about to mention about your luck and such. Coming for next week, what are you looking forward to coming to Homestead?
Well, Homestead's pretty much one of my favorite tracks, so I am excited about running there. It's a good track to run on. You can race pretty good there, so that'll be fun. I'm just glad we make it. I didn't think we were gonna get in. Looking at the finishes there, but I'm thrilled. I really am. I'm excited to go and race for a championship. It's gonna be fun. So really just relieved at this point.
Yeah, definitely, John. Of course, that speeding penalty took a hard blow there on that final run, but luckily you worked yourself back from the tail end of the field and up into the top 3. How was your car out there tonight?
It was super, super tight, and then it got just tighter and tighter throughout the run. So I passed a couple of cars and made a couple moves to get a decent spot, and then another caution came out, which was pretty much right on cue tonight. Seems like every 25, 30 laps or so there's going to be a caution. So that worked out in our favor, and then we came to get some tires, and some guys played some strategy, and it just it worked out for us tonight somehow. I mean, I tried to give it away as best I could, but somehow pulled it off at the end there. So I'm really thankful for you guys and the league admins, and I want to give a big shout out to Butt Kicker and Crockett Creek Beef Jerky, Next Level Racing, and Blaze Pizza for all their help and support, and hopefully we can get them a championship trophy next week in a Homestead.
All right, man. 10-4. Before we let you go, what can you reflect off this whole chase overall and the whole season before you head into Homestead?
It's been pretty good. Just really got to minimize mistakes. And I think if we can do that next week, just hit our marks and minimize the mistakes, that we'll probably be in contention to race for a win, race for the championship. So that's what I'm really going to focus on, just having none of these mental errors. I think 2 weeks in a row now I've cost myself some points. So hopefully next week we clean it up a bit and bring it home.
All right, man. 10-4. John Furness is going to round himself out in third, and where he started. We'll go ahead and see you coming on to next week at Homestead, man.
Hey, thanks a lot, man. Have a good one.
You too. John Furnace, number 82. You're one of your final people who made it into here for tonight. Your final four after tonight is going to be, most likely is going to be Zach Nichols, John Furnace, Vince Marsh, and Kyle Smalley. So Marsh getting in on points. Of course, Furnace getting in by the tiebreaker. Zach getting in by the win. Also in by points, and Smalley also getting in by points. With that being rounded out, we not welcome you. We thank you all for coming out here for tonight for the NFRL Berserker series. I hope you enjoyed today's new graphics overlays. I know there's a couple glitches left and right and such like that, but we'll get those fixed up and ready coming in for the Wednesday broadcast for the Super Late Model Series at Martinsville. This has been the PAM and Keyboards Motorsports Network broadcast. My name is Zeke Reyes. Until next time, we'll see you for the final race coming at Homestead next week.